Hey folks, ET here, and usually I'd be coming at you with the whole week ahead look, but I want to point something out here. We had a ton of gamma roll off on Friday, so instead of the whole week ahead, I anticipate to see some movements and some shifts in this gamma, so we're just going to cover what tomorrow looks like with some of its data. First thing we kind of want to point out here is that we have an extreme bar here on DEX. So if you look back, it's one of our largest of all time. And if you look back, just look left a little bit, you can see large bars a lot of times signify a change in movement a little bit or a temporary change in trend. So there is potential room for a bounce here. We will see. We'll look at tomorrow's data and find out. I know futures are up a little bit right now, so we're already seeing a little bit of that if that can hold into the morning. Jumping into our dark pools, our largest aggregate has now moved up. What do we talk about all the time? When we shift away from our largest ag, which was down here around 602, we start to look towards where it could go. So potentially we have some room up to the 610 area. We'll check gamma and everything else to see soon. Jumping into our customer sentiment, it obviously got quite a bit more bearish. I wouldn't say quite a bit more bearish on Friday, but we did have that big dip. We covered a huge portion of our gamma range right there from 610 all the way down to 599. Crazy to see. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go along. If we're going to continue down, I'd like to see more bearish bars and then for them to get a little bit larger as we go. Jumping into our gamma very quickly. So plain and simple, 605 remains important on our aggregate. 601 as well. Biggest pull on our ag right now is still 600 with a small repel here at 598. Things get really crazy. There is a pull down here lower. There's not much of a repel until we get down to 575. We'll put an X on that for now as it's pretty far away. So taking a look at the rest of our ag over 601. We have room to 605. Could be an area that we range in between and see what happens. Next biggest pull on the ag is 612. So if we get and stay over 605, we really have potential up into this 615 range, 614, 615, 616, if you will, for a run of that gamma cluster that could stop us right there. So high of the week could be around that 616, 615 area. If we get a huge bounce, will targets say there's still room down. And so we'll go ahead now and jump into our gamma for tomorrow and see what it looks like. So let's check tomorrow, 224, see what happens from there. So 224, fairly simple. A small repel at 599. If we can't hold that, we see 593. If we open above 599 and somehow get above 603, biggest pulls all the way up to 610 before we see some stoppage and a small repel there at 611. So green to green, pretty easy look. 599 down to 593 if we can't hold. 599 up to 603. If we can hold and break 603, we've got room all the way up to 611, which would be a crazy move back up. So that is all for now. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.